guys, I'm Alex and today we are going to learn how to castle. So here is a king's pawn opening, like that and like that and like that. So like that and like that. And there is castling is when our king changes place with the rook, like that. There is two types of castling: queenside castling and kingside castling. So the queenside castling looks like that. So our king moves here and the rook moves here. So when you start doing the castling, you touch your king and you castle like that. And queenside castling. But you can't do castling when the squares that the king passes over must not be under attack, nor the square where it lands on. So we can't do queenside castling because the bishop is attacking that square where our king lands on, you see? So, and there's another way where you can't do the king side castling because the bishop is attacking the square where the king lands on. You can't do castling when your king or rook have moved from their square. For example, our king moves here and he can't do castling on the king side and either in the queen side. So if you move the rook, you can't do castling on the king side, and if you're going to move with the other rook, that means you can't do castling on the queen side. So this is when you can't do castle. Now I'm going to tell you a really interesting rule called Passant. So for example, white moves like that, black moves like that, white moves like that, but black jumps over a square and moves like that. So our pawn moves on to that square which the black pawn jumped through, and we just take the black pawn. Like that. Let's do the same thing but with the black pieces. They move like that, we move like that, black moves like that, and white chose to move like that. And black takes the pawn like that because the white pawn jumped over the square. So we take the pawn. Let's repeat in Passant again. White moves like that, black moves like that, white moves forwards with their pawn, and black moves like that. Don't forget that at the start of the game, the pawn can jump over a square, and our pawn can just move onto that square which the black pawn jumped through, and we take the black pawn. So black moves like that, and white, for example, moves like that. Black moves forward their pawn. White jumps over a square at the start of the game, and black just takes the pawn like that. And we won the pawn. Now I'm going to show you how important the rule in Passant is on the example. Let's have a look at this position. And white has 2 pawns and black has 1 pawn. White has 2 pawns and one of them can eventually become a queen. But white moved like that. Check. Pause the video and think how to make black make a draw. So our pawn does the impassant like that, and the white king takes the pawn, and it's a draw. So have a look at this position. Black moves. Black moved with their pawn here. And it looks like it's checkmate to the white king, because the white king can't move here and it can't move here because of that rook over here. So pause the video and think, is it checkmate or not? White moves like that. And we use the rule in Passant. First it was checkmate to the white king, and now it's checkmate to the black king. And this is how important to know the rule in Passant.
Oh, hello.
Today our lesson is finished. Bye bye.